Hello, Michelle Palmer here with you today, and we are going to be exploring the relationship between the heart and the kidneys. We often have such a big relationship with being heart open and out in the world, and we discuss so much about heart mindedness and coming from the space of the heart. The counterpoint to the heart is really finding a sense of balance in the space of the kidneys for a variety of reasons. The kidneys are such a big part of how we move and go out into the world, how we manifest our lives, and it's in a sense the willpower behind what our heart knows to be true. So there is a very beautiful symbiotic relationship between the two organs and the two energies of the body. So when I think of the kidneys, it's the kidney and the adrenal glands, but it's really the kidney energy, which is the capacity for us to find flow in our life. So I'm going to have us sit together. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see in my body what we're working with. I often love to sit when I'm sitting in a chair, to sit away from the back of the chair when I'm doing my exploration so that I'm not relying upon the back of the chair. And I know that I'm sitting on my sit bones. So find your best position in sitting, so that you feel your feet grounded and connected to the earth. You feel your pelvis making contact with the surface of the chair. And then you also begin to feel your breath. It's also a perfect time to just take in, drink in, and sip in your surroundings and appreciate this capacity to be present and notice what comes into your field of awareness, and also feeling your sense of connection to everything around you, that you are part of this world. So acknowledging that, a little orienting practice, and then returning back to the body, orienting, realizing, appreciating, back into the body again, and then being able to hold both of that together, of being in the body and orienting at the same time. So now that you've established your sense of connection, I'm going to place my hands on my pelvis so you can watch. We've explored the movement of the pelvis. We're going to go through that spinal wave again, where the pubic bone tips down to the floor. You can sense and feel the space of the heart begin to open as the back arches, and then the pubic bone heads towards the navel, and then the rest of the body, spine, head, and neck follow this movement. So I'm exaggerating the movement so that you can see, but this movement allows us to begin to tap into the fluid nature of the body, which is really quite perfect based on the fact that we're going to be exploring the kidneys, which filters about 48 gallons of blood a day. So it's highly involved with the flow of fluid through the body. I think it also makes like 2 liters of urine, and just a powerhouse of energy in the body. So allow the wave to move through you. And then let's take one hand to the space of the heart, the other hand back to the space of the kidneys, and you can feel on both sides. If you feel comfortable, you can put the back of your hand back there. This is also the area of the thoracic vertebrae number 12. And so the tendency here is to push forward, push through the heart, and begin to collapse and, in a way, contract this area of the back, which happens to be the space where the kidneys live. So when we're doing this wave, like movement, I want you to feel the relationship between the two. And as we're moving through life, um, it's normal to have movement, but if we reside in one position or the other too much, and we don't have the capacity to move freely and be aware of where we are in space, then that begins to affect the energetics and the function of these organs in the body. So when my heart is really open, super contracted and taut in the back, and when my heart is closed, then it overextends and sort of blows the kidneys out the backside. So slowly come into a place of balance where you feel like the heart is resting a little bit back. It doesn't mean it's holding you back, it's just not pushing. And then the kidneys are also resting a little bit into the back body. And there's always the slight permutations, the slight movements. It's just knowing where your body is in space. And once you establish this sense of balance, check into your energy body and feel the connection of how all of like the heart and the kidneys are integrated with the flow of energy, our connection to earth and connection to the heavens above. If we're too pushed forward or too far back, our energetic field has a sense of distortion as it relates to how our emotions are governing our body. So if you come into balance with your emotions and you have that sense of restful quality at the same time that you have this open-hearted connection, and then see what this feels like to you. It should feel effortless and bringing your mind into the capacity to hold two places at once. We're holding the heart space, and then we're also holding the kidney space and having them come together so that their relationship is quite integrated. I hope that was helpful. Enjoy the practice.